Audio Clue 20, The First President. The Fathers of Liberty did a good job to keep the states balanced and moving along. We're near the end, so listen with care. The finish line's close. You are almost there. After the Constitutional Convention was over, George Washington went home. He was almost 60 years old. He had fought in the French and Indian War. He'd led the War for Independence, and now he wanted to stay on his farm in Virginia, feed his animals, work in his garden, and sit by his wife in front of the fireplace during the long, quiet evenings. But the delegates who had signed the Constitution begged George Washington to become the first American president. Many Americans were nervous about this new office. They were afraid that the president would soon become a king. The delegates knew that George Washington would never try to become the king of America. They knew Washington didn't want to be the king of anything, let alone America. He didn't even want to be president. He had expressed to Alexander Hamilton, "It is my great and sole desire to live and die in peace and retirement on my own farm. I call heaven to witness that this very act would be the greatest sacrifice of my personal feelings and wishes that I have ever been called upon to make." But George Washington also believed that he had a duty to the people of the United States. If they wanted him to be the president, he would have to accept. The first election for President of the United States was held in February of 1789. Washington won unanimously. As he had promised, he accepted the job of being President of the United States. But he wrote in his diary, "I began this presidency with a mind oppressed with more anxious and painful sensations than I have words to express." Washington was taken to Liberty Hall in New York City, renamed Federal Hall. Standing on a second-floor balcony where all the crowd could see him, he laid his hand on a Bible and took the first oath of office. "I solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States." Congress had suggested that Washington be called His Exalted High Mightiness, or perhaps His Highness the President. George Washington chose to simply be referred to as Mr.